Everyone, so this is the summary of the poem Easter Wings by George Herbert. So these are the important points. This poem was published in Poets' posthumous collection The Temple in 1633. This poem is written in the shape of the wings of a bird. The main theme of the poem is that one gets rid of his suffering by complete devotion to God. So this is the text of the poem. Lord, who createst man in wealth and store, though foolishly he lost the same, decaying more and more, till he became most poor. With thee, O let me rise his larks harmoniously, and sing this day thy victories, then shall the fall further the flight in me. So when the poem opens, poet says that God has created human beings and bestowed a lot of gifts to them and gave them everything whatever they needed. Then poets say that Adam, who was the first man, he lost all the comforts of Garden of Eden by committing the original sin. And Adam became more and more sinful till he lost his everything. Then poet wants redemption from his sins through religious devotion. So he says that this is the way by which he can get rid of his suffering, by devoting himself to God. And he wants to rise high by devoting himself to God the way skylarks rise in harmony with each other. Then poet imagines as if his own wings have got attached with God's wings and he is flying happily. He wants to sing a song praising God's victory. He basically refers to Easter Day when Christ rose from the dead and redeemed the sins of humanity, including the sin of Adam and Eve. My tender age in sorrow did begin, and still with sickness and shame, thou didst so punish sin, that I became most thin. With thee, let me combine and feel thy victory. For if I my wing on thine, affliction shall advance the flight in me. So, in these lines, poet says that he has suffered a lot in his young age, and he thinks that God has punished him for his sins the way God had punished Adam and Eve. So even he started losing his health and became thin. So in the next lines, poet expresses his wish to join God and experience his victory. He wants to attach his own wings to God's wings so that when he flies with God, he will be able to overcome his suffering. So he wants to rise high towards the heaven, and if he gets success in doing that, it would be because of his pain and hardships that he has suffered during his life. And here the poem ends.